Let's be real. 4 years ago True Detective spun right off the rails in Season 2, so much that the very thought of the anthology series returning seemed like a distant, and quite exasperating, possibility. But the premiere episode of Season 3, titled The Great War and Modern Memory, directed by Jeremy Saulnier and written by series creator Nic Pizzolatto, promises that it is back on track with a crisp, haunting episode steeped in mystery. And it's not only the mystery of the criminal case at the center of the narrative, the sudden disappearance in the Ozarks of 2 children in 1980 that is so compelling. It's that of its characters, Detectives Wayne Hayes, Mahershala Ali, and Roland West, Stephen Dorff, whose enigmas only enhance the tension. Part of that is because their stories are told non-sequentially, beginning in an Arkansas office in 1990 where Hayes has been called in to discuss the still unanswered case. As he slowly revisits the vivid details, we're taken back to 1980 when 10 and 12-year-old Julie and Will Purcell left their home to go bike riding and were never seen again. The exquisite details Hayes recalls, including exactly what he and West were doing when they received the call to investigate, that it was the same day actor Steve McQueen died, and the precise items he found in the woods leading up to Will's body, tell us that this case is something that he has recounted over and over in his head since it happened. It's fair to assume that he remains consumed by it. Which brings us to the third time jump in the narrative, the present day when Hayes is called in to be interviewed for a documentary about the case. Now as an elderly man having lived out most of his life haunted by this case, he begins to fidget as he recites the more distressing moments of his investigation, like when he and West visit the home of a local man who drives a go-kart around town, a figure considered cryptic and consequentially scary among town. Though we only see a framed old photo of the suspect, the fact that Hayes abruptly ends the interview at this spot means what comes next is so horrifying that nearly 40 years later Hayes is still disturbed by it. It's a masterful way to tell a sinister story that not only impacted the young victims but also those that investigated it. At the heart of Ali's compelling performance is trauma, personal grief, over the death of his schoolteacher wife, Carmen Ihago, who was apparently also so fascinated by the case that she wrote about it, and a crippling fear. While many may have written off True Detective for good after the inconsistent Season 2, fans will take comfort in the fact that one of the tautest thrillers has gotten back on course. If the Season 3 premiere is any indication, we're in for jaw-dropping twists, genuinely crushing moments, and a truly sinister tale.